economic implications of the Iran war continue to reverberate far beyond the immediate theater of conflict. For sub-Saharan Africa, the concern is not only higher energy prices or imported inflation, but the broader pressure such shocks place on fiscal stability, growth, prospects, and social resilience. It is in this context that the International Monetary Fund's April 2026 Regional Economic Outlook takes on added significance. Its recommendations, strengthening fiscal buffers, diversifying energy sources, and protecting vulnerable populations are not merely technical prescriptions. They reflect a broader framework for managing external shocks. Viewed through that lens, aspects of Cameroon's policy direction show areas of convergence with those recommendations. Fiscal discipline, particularly the prioritization of essential expenditures and to improve efficiency in public spending, can be read as part of a wider effort to preserve macroeconomic stability amid uncertainty. Equally, ongoing attention to energy diversification, including hydroelectric expansion and broader efforts to reduce structural dependence on imported fuel, speaks to a longer-term strategy whose relevance is sharpened by global volatility. Social protection is another important dimension. In periods of external economic stress, the question is not only how economies absorb shocks, but how households do. In that regard, maintaining attention on vulnerable groups becomes a stabilizing factor in itself. The broader African outlook reinforces the stakes, with growing risk rising and fiscal space tightening across the region. The challenge for governments is increasingly one of balancing immediate mitigation with structural adjustment. From an analytical standpoint, Cameroon's response can be understood within that dual framework, that is, short-term cushioning on the one hand and long-term adaptation on the other. The larger point, perhaps, is that global shocks do not eliminate policy choice. They narrow options, but they also test policy coherence. And in that sense, Cameroon's response is part of a wider question facing African economies today: how to convert resilience from a defensive posture into strategy for stability. That is where the real significance of this moment lies, not simply in responding to crisis, but in how crisis shapes economic policy beyond it.